Hey guys, Joseph here, and today we're going to be looking at how to link your Google account to your Chrome browser. And there are some really good reasons to do that. You open up a lot of extra features on Chrome with Gmail and with Calendar and Drive and the other Google apps that are not available if you're using Firefox or any other browser, just on Chrome. So it is also possible if you have more than one Google account. Say if you're linking your FCE G Suite account and you want to link your personal Gmail account, you can also do that and also get some of those same benefits on both accounts and get the benefit of having them sort of separated out. Because sometimes you open Gmail and you're meaning to open up your work account, but then you open up your personal account, and it just doing this actually saves you a lot of confusion. It keeps those things separated out into different windows. So I'm going to show you how to do that. The first one is going to be basically just linking one, then I'll show you how to link another one. So you're going to start off by, well, obviously getting Chrome first. So if you don't have Chrome on your computer, you need to download that. So you can get that from the Google website. If you just Google Chrome, you'll find it. It's also available on the local Kotini Eden network share. So if you that's going to pop up right there on the bottom, and you're going to get that without using the internet then. The simple setup, if we look on the screen, is going to start up here, the top right corner of the screen. Right now it says test because that's what I've named it, but you might see a little person there, just a head and a body. And what you're going to do is click on that, and whatever you see here, the first thing you want to do is sign into Chrome. So this requires an internet connection. So if you click on there, it's going to load up, and in a second it's going to ask for our username. Then it will ask for our password. If you're signing into your FCE account, it will most likely ask you it will ask you to change your password eventually as well. So I'm going to use a test user in the FCE domain. So test.user@fce.org.za. And yeah, if you're signing into G Suite with your FCE account, you will definitely do that at fce.org.za. I think most common mistake I've seen is people put Gmail there out of habit. But obviously, if you're putting your Gmail account, you would put gmail.com. So I'm going to click next. And it just takes a little bit of patience and hopefully a fast internet connection, which seems to be all right today. I'm doing this on a Saturday, so not too many users on right now. And the password, if you're doing the FCE account, is the password that I've given you. This is a temporary password, and you'll have to change it in just a second. So I've put in that temporary password. And the next thing we're going to get is an agreement screen. So if you're signing into your Gmail account, you're not going to see this. But if you're going into a domain that's being administered, it's going to show this. So fce.org.za qualifies as that. So it's basically just telling you this account is managed by your organization, by your IT coordinator, which would be me, and at the moment, and on down it just talks a bit about privacy policy and so forth. And basically that is a privacy policy that's a lot more solid and secure than say a just average Gmail account. There's a lot more protection for your details, no data or anything. So you do go to the bottom and click accept, which is making me do twice for some reason. Okay, a little hiccup there, but I'm sure you'll click accept just fine. This is where it's now asking for a new password. So my recommendation here for FCE users, put the exact same one that you use on the Kotini Eden network or on the Windows computers. That way it's kept as one, and it's less confusing for you, and it's just one less password to remember. So if you've set a really good password, as I've told you guys to, this will be good here. So I'm gonna put the one that I use on the network. Make sure I type it the same way. There, now confirm it, type the same thing. And if I have typed nicely, it is going to tell me that it's basically done, I guess. Well, there we go. So if that disappears, you know your password's been reset. That temporary password I gave to you is no longer valid. It's no longer part of your account. You now have the same password you use on the local network operating here. Now, then the next screen pops up. It's going to ask you, do you really want to link your Chrome data? So it's just making sure you want to do it. Just click Link Data. There's Create a New Profile. That would be if you already have a Gmail account that's sort of linked to Chrome. But simplify things, just click Link Data. And that's what it will do. It will just finalize that process. You might see some things pop up here saying that some apps were removed. All that means is that it's taking off the default apps that are there on Chrome, and it's going to download the ones that are linked to your FCE account. If you're linking your personal account, you won't see that. Here's the next screen that pops up. It's just telling you that things are now linked. And yeah, you can just say, okay, got it. It's not really changing anything. It's just making sure that you're okay with linking your FCE account data down to your Chrome browser. All right, so if you've done that, you basically now have your Chrome browser completely set up and ready to take part in all of this, as long as that's the only account that you want to add. So before I show you how to link yet another account, let's just take a look around and see what we actually have. The first thing we're going to do is go up here to the top left. Well, not very top, but up here where it says Apps. This is accessible anywhere where you have a new tab. Click on Apps. Then we see some of the basics, and you can see over here on Gmail offline, this is one of the FCE apps, well, one that I've assigned for FCE users that's downloaded automatically. And if I sit here for another 10 minutes or so, I'm going to see all the apps that I've gotten for this particular account coming down. So I waited a little while, and you can see now the apps have come down. And this is sort of the default staff setup that you see right here. So the cool thing here, and again, if you back up, I got here through the new window, new tab. And this is pretty much fully customizable. I can pull Gmail over here because that's the one that I use the most. I'll put Gmail offline underneath it. The web store I probably use the least, so I put that at the end. And put calendar and drive. And just put it the way that looks nice to me, and that will be accessible for me. The other way that you can get to apps quite easily, and this is basically in any Google window, basically. So if I open up google.com, or if I open up a new tab, you'll see that there's a number of things that pop up in the top right corner. So up in the top right, you have quite a number of things here. You have your account. That's where you can change your profile picture and add or change security settings and all sorts of stuff. You got notifications to the left of that. And then this one is the one that you can really use a lot, is the apps grid, or the apps icon. And that's where you have a lot of the same stuff and more. So you also have groups, which doesn't show up in that apps window. You can get to contacts easily. And if you click more at the bottom, you have a whole bunch of others that are also there. And there's even more if you click that. There's a bunch of stuff you'll probably never use, but it's there, it exists. So what if you would like to have a personal account along with your work account connected? Let me show you how I've done mine. Again, I'm going to come up to the top right and click on that account button, which is next to all of our minimize, maximize things here. You're going to see that I've put JFCE and J personal, obviously J standing for Joseph. That just helps me to keep my account separated out. And you'll see if I open up one of these, it's going to pop up in a completely different window. And there's no way for me to get these mixed up, actually. You can see I've even put separate colors, so you can go into the web store and pick different themes to do that. So how do I actually get that set up that way? You can see I'm in the test user. So I'm going to open up test user and just show you how to change the name of it, because on your FCE account, it's probably going to put your name up there as the default. So I'm going to click on test there, and you'll see it opens up a screen where I've got the name up here at the top, and I can just take that out completely and give it a really useful name. Of course, you're going to give it maybe your name with FCE at the end, or personal, or whatever it happens to be. You can even assign it different pictures. That first one, the default one, is your what do you call it? Your profile picture. And as you can see, this one doesn't actually have one. But if it were to change, if I put a profile picture for this account, it would do that. It would have that there. I can go back out, and it takes me back into settings. Now, how do we add another one? Again, back up to the account button. We're going to come down to manage people. So we're assuming now that this is another one that I want to add. You'll see that my accounts are all there already. And down at the bottom right, if you're using the latest version of Chrome, is add person. If you don't see that there, it might mean you're using an older version of Chrome. So I would recommend that you update, and then it's you can do it in the standard way. Again, we're gonna add another useful name for, let's say, our personal account, and you can decide if you want a desktop shortcut on your on your desktop, obviously. But I don't want that, so I'm going to untick that and click Save. And again, it opens up a new window, like I showed you a second ago when I opened my personal account there, or the work account. And now we've got that Sign into Chrome button. So you click that, and you're going to start the process all over again. If it's an account that already exists and it's your personal account, it will be a little more straightforward, where it's basically just username, then password, and then it will give you the confirmation. There won't be all of that change your password and agreeing to the contract thing that was there. So once you go through that, you'll just hit link data again, and you will be set up. That is the whole process, the whole kit and caboodle. So if you've got that, then you're basically ready to start exploring and getting into all the goodness which is your Google account or your G Suite account. So hope you like that. Hope that is helpful. And feel free to give me a high five if you see me out and about, if you really enjoyed this, because I like high fives. And yeah. No, thanks for watching, guys.